Welcome to People, Power, and Politics. Hard talk, riveting interviews, community updates, in-depth analysis. That's People, Power, and Politics. We tell it to you as it is. No holds barred. You are the people, you have the power. We bring you the politics. To listen to our show, be a guest, or to advertise, visit www.pppradio.nyc. That's www.pppradio.nyc.
You are listening to Inception FM, and today we are honored to spotlight a powerful event taking place right here in Brooklyn, the National Buffalo Soldiers Day Resource Fair, happening on July the 28th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Brooklyn Borough Hall. This event isn't just a celebration of military history. It's a bridge to vital resources for our veterans, youth, and community at large. Presented by the Buffalo Soldiers Association of West Point in partnership with Brooklyn Borough President Antonio Reynoso and the Veterans Action Group, it promises to be an inspiring and impactful afternoon. Joining us now is Mr. Christopher James, Executive Director of Buffalo Soldiers Association of America and one of the key organizers behind this year's celebration. Mr. James, welcome. Mr. James, for listeners who may not be familiar, who were the Buffalo Soldiers and why is it important for us, especially in a diverse city like New York, to preserve and promote their legacy?
Well, I would first like to just let you know that the Buffalo Soldiers were an integral part of the defense of the United States, starting with the Civil War. Buffalo Soldiers were heavily involved. Some might even say that without the intervention of the Buffalo Soldiers, the Union Army might have lost the war. But that being said, it's very important to preserve the legacy of the stories of the Buffalo Soldiers, because we all know who General Sherman was, we all know who Stonewall Jackson was, but nobody even knows of Colonel Young. He was the first black officer to lead the Buffalo Soldiers. So it's very important for us to preserve that legacy, particularly in this time now where also we have a lot of veterans from who you might say immigrant veterans from other countries who are dedicated to serving in the United States Armed Forces to defend the Constitution of the United States and the ideals that we strive to live up to. So it's very important to preserve this legacy.
Thank you. So this year's event is being presented by the Buffalo Soldiers Association of West Point in collaboration with the Brooklyn Borough President and Veterans Action Group. Can you tell us how this partnership came together and the vision behind the resource fair?
Okay, the vision behind the resource fair. I would tell you the vision is to inform our veterans and to make sure that no vet is left behind. The partnership came about when we asked the borough president to showcase what his office does for veterans by presenting a resource fair at Borough Hall, and he agreed. We also partnered with the Buffalo Soldiers at West Point, which a lot of people don't even know, is where Buffalo Soldiers, which were enlisted men, actually taught officers the finer points of cavalry during the Civil War. And that's where that started, the Buffalo Soldiers teaching at West Point. To that end, we have a statue of Colonel Matthews commemorating the last Buffalo Soldier to serve as a teacher to officers at West Point.
Okay, so the resource fair takes place on July the 28th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Brooklyn Borough Hall. What can attendees look forward to in terms of resources, exhibitors, or special guests?
Okay, well, we can have a special guest. We're going to have a historian, Mr. Herbert Sweat. He will read stories about the Buffalo Soldiers. Also placed in strategic points around the event will be stories about the Buffalo Soldiers in print. We are also hoping that the veteran and attendees could take away information that would help veterans as they seamlessly reintegrate with their families. We have like the Vet Center, which helps veterans who have issues with reintegrating dealing with family issues, how would you say, haven't been debriefed. That's the vet center. We have the VA Office of Medical Services will be on hand to assist any veteran who might need or don't know they need to be examined by a doctor or to visit the VA. The VA is available free of charge for all veterans. And we have small business information. We have legal information. So it's going to be a lot of information, and we're going to have a DJ. So we're going to have entertainment information to help veterans, the community, and their families. So it's very important to come on out and partake in this feast educational entertainment.
So we call it edutainment.
Yes.
Okay, so what?
Okay, edutainment, yes.
Yes, that's what we call it here. So why was it important to focus this event on community resources in addition to historical commemoration? Who are you hoping to serve or impact the most with this format?
Well, with this format, I want to impact the community in general. Particularly, a few years ago, we formed a task force to examine the impact that community boards would have on veterans, because that's a grassroots form of government. And we were attempting to have a veterans committee or subcommittee in every community board in the city of New York, starting with Brooklyn, which is where I'm from. And the importance of that is, if you have on the community board, there's always going to be somebody who knows a veteran. And that way, a veteran will never be left behind, because there will always be information or a source that he can go to, because a lot of veterans might come home and don't have to go through the bureaucracy of the VA. So the fastest way to get information to a veteran is by word of mouth. Somebody who knows a veteran, say, hey, go to the community board. There's a veterans committee that can help this guy. They can help this woman. They can help this family. That is one of my prime aims of establishing the Veterans Resource here and a Veterans Committee in every community board in the city of New York.
Excellent.
So the takeaway is information is key. I want to say one more thing. I subscribe to that old commercial. A lot of young folks might even know it. They said an educated consumer is the best customer. So we want to educate all our veterans, their families, and the community at large about the plight of veterans and the informational services available for them. Thank you.
So, Mr. James, for those who want to attend, especially our audience in and around Brooklyn, how can they register? Is there still time to sign up, volunteer, or get involved in any other way?
Yes, there is. We always have need for people to come on and assist us. This event is completely community-based and completely based on we feel the need for this information. So all veterans, all volunteers, sponsors, and who wants to assist in and register for this parade is welcome. Our email address is Veterans Action Group, Buffalo Soldiers of America, or Veterans Action Group, BSA. I gave you the full word because I want to tell you it's Veterans Action Group, B for Buffalo, S for Soldiers, A for America, at gmail.com. Again, Veterans Action Group, B for Buffalo, S for Soldiers, A for America, at gmail.com. Veterans Action Group, BSA at gmail.com. Or you can go on our website to donate and to register at vagbsa.org. There's a QR code on our website where you can register. Or you can call me at 347-302-0407 or 1-888-983-8228. Again, 1-888-983-8228 or 347-302-0407.
And lastly, Mr. James, on a personal note, what does National Buffalo Soldiers Day mean to you, and what lasting impact do you hope this event will have on both the attendees and the broader community?
Well, I've been celebrating National Buffalo Soldier Day for 10 years or now. I've been celebrating various degrees of involvement from the community. And as we go along, it has been getting much bigger and bigger and bigger. Last year, we did online stories about the Buffalo Soldiers. So I think my intent is to tell the stories of heroes. There are many Legion of Honor heroes that no one even knows about. I told you, we know most of the public guys. We know Audie Murphy, John Wayne, all of these guys. We know who they are. But these guys, there were other elements of the military. There's William Carter, who was the first woman to ever serve in the U.S. Armed Forces. She served disguised as a man during the Civil War. She so wanted to fight against slavery, that's what she did. And as we go along through history, there are other members of the armed forces who served honorably and with great heroism because they wanted to defend the ideals of the United States of America. They stood up and some of them made the ultimate sacrifice. For instance, even during World War II, Dory Miller. He was one sailor who was told not to even touch a weapon, but he learned, he's in a war, and when the Japanese attacked, he grabbed a weapon and started shooting those kamikaze heroes out of the air. Yeah, he was a hero, but not too many people even know of him. So to me, there's stories that need to be told, and hopefully, somewhere down the line, people will recognize that National Buffalo Soldiers Day deserves to be a holiday.
Thank you so much, Mr. James, for your time, your service, and your continued dedication to preserving the legacy of the Buffalo Soldiers while giving back to the community in such a meaningful way. Again, listeners, the National Buffalo Soldier Day Resource Fair takes place on Monday, July the 28th from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. at Brooklyn Borough Hall. To register or learn more, visit vagbsa.org. That's vagbsa.org. Whether you are a veteran, a student, a history lover, or someone just looking to connect, this is one celebration you don't want to miss. Thank you, Mr. James. God bless.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Pearl. Thank you much.
People, Power, and Politics. Hard talk, riveting interviews, community updates, in-depth analysis. That's People, Power, and Politics. We tell it to you as it is. No holds barred. You are the people, you have the power. We bring you the politics. To listen to our show, be a guest, or to advertise, visit www.pppradio.nyc. That's www.pppradio.nyc.